Have you ever stopped to think about your relationship with food? Does it feel like a friend, an enemy, or a complicated love affair? Food isn't just sustenance. It's a complex part of our lives, deeply entwined with our emotions, our social interactions, and our sense of self. Your relationship with food can be as varied and complex as any human relationship. For some, food is a source of pleasure and comfort, a friend indeed. For others, it might be an adversary, causing guilt and anxiety. And for many, it's a complicated love affair, filled with highs and lows. These attitudes are shaped by a multitude of factors: societal pressures, personal experiences, mental health issues. All these play a role in molding our food relationship. A healthy relationship with food is balanced and guilt-free, while a disordered one can lead to harmful behaviors and negative self-perceptions. Recognizing the signs of a troubled food relationship is the first step towards healing. Let's delve into this further. Meet John and Sarah, two different people, two different stories, but one common struggle: disordered eating. John, a successful businessman, has always been a perfectionist. He uses food as a tool for control, meticulously counting every calorie consumed and burned. His preoccupation with dieting goes beyond healthy living. It's an obsession. He fears food, seeing it as a potential threat to his physique and self-image. This fear drives him to skip meals, despite feeling hungry. His body feels the strain, but the mental toll is even greater. He's constantly anxious, his thoughts consumed by food and weight control. Now let's turn to Sarah. She's a compassionate nurse, always putting others before herself. But when it comes to food, she struggles to show herself the same kindness. Sarah uses food to cope with stress and emotional turmoil. After a hard day, she finds comfort in overeating, only to feel guilt and shame afterwards. This guilt then drives her to starve herself or exercise excessively to make up for her perceived weakness. Physically, she's exhausted. Emotionally, she's on a roller coaster, her self-esteem tied to her eating habits. John and Sarah's behaviors reflect the signs of disordered eating. Both are preoccupied with food and dieting, but in different ways. John fears food and restricts his intake, while Sarah uses food as an emotional crutch, leading to a cycle of overeating and self-punishment. They're both physically worn out, their bodies bearing the brunt of their unhealthy habits. But the emotional toll is even more significant, with constant anxiety, guilt, and low self-esteem. These stories highlight the insidious nature of disordered eating. It's not just about food, it's about control, self-perception, and emotional well-being. It's a silent struggle, often hidden behind closed doors, but it's a struggle that many face. John and Sarah's stories are not unique. They represent the silent struggles of many. But why do these struggles occur? Let's find out. Why do people, like John and Sarah, struggle with food? Well, disordered eating is complex and multifaceted, rooted in a mix of psychological, emotional, and societal influences. It's often a response to feelings of low self-esteem, a desperate need for control, or as a coping mechanism to deal with overwhelming emotions. Imagine the pressures of society, constantly dictating what beauty and health should look like. Through media portrayals, we're bombarded with images of ideal bodies. This can lead to unrealistic expectations and damaging comparisons, fueling a cycle of shame, guilt, and unhealthy eating behaviors. Moreover, our relationship with food can be deeply personal. It's tied to our self-image, our emotions, and our sense of control over our lives. Understanding these triggers is crucial, as they can provide key insights into why individuals like John or Sarah may struggle with food. Understanding the why behind disordered eating can be painful, but it's also a key part of the healing process. Healing from disordered eating is not a straightforward path, but it's a journey worth taking. The first step? Seek professional help. Therapists, dietitians, and support groups can provide the guidance and understanding you need to navigate this road. Next, practice mindful eating. Pay attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Learn to enjoy the taste, texture, and aroma of food, rather than seeing it as an enemy. Now let's talk about self-love and body positivity. Your body is your vessel, your home. Treat it with kindness, respect, and appreciation. This might not be easy, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Healing takes time and patience. Above all, Be compassionate with yourself. There will be good days and bad days. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Remember, you are not alone on this journey, and it's okay to ask for help. Every step you take towards healing is a step towards a healthier, happier you.